The Hudson River, 2 years ago. We had classified intelligence that a new type of metal gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses had been out in the cold too long.
He's right on schedule. He'll know soon enough.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying on this gadget anyway.
The private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed?
I'm happy as long as no one gives me any more unwanted gifts.
You mean that thing with Naomi?
And I can't say I miss the chattering nanny.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about that new Natick flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? Look, give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it's sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92.
Os vais a morir a cinemáticas, os lo digo. Yo me estoy viendo, me voy a preparar unos cafés y me voy a poner a hacer cosas con el móvil durante las cinemáticas que no van a ser ni medio normales.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing.
They don't look armed.
Hey, Earth to Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please, I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What? Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
AKS 74U. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair. I'm transmitting a photo. Let's get an ID on him ASAP.
I'm on it.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. KA-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the KA-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right. I'll do my best.
This isn't like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
Oh, no. Ya configuré MS. No. Eso mismo. Ahora.
Freeze.
Vamos a poner el noche 2 o no. ¿Cómo que no creo? Hoy día que me quedé en directo hasta las 7 de la madrugada. Estaba con el Lompe. Bueno, el Lompe estaba durmiendo. Con el Twitch abierto. Y me sentí obligado a terminar el 1, ya estaba por el final. Sí, estaba amaneciendo y terminé.
Freeze.
Ah, que estaba descargando el CD2 del Metal Gear 1. Que descargué uno y y no me funcionó. Tuve que descargar otro. Oh. Ah. Final Blue. Es que con el teclado es más droga jugar.
Freeze.
Creo que era para arriba. Que era gran hacha. Ración aquí. Sí. Balas y la caja. No, no me di cuenta. Ven, mano. No.
It's the enemy. I need help.
No, no.
What happened?
Se esconde aquí.
Enemy in the area. Increase security level.
Oh, esa cadena de como 5. Para que no se fuera. No. Espera un rato, creo que están tocando la puerta. No, no, no.
Freeze.
Casi. ¿Qué ya sí? Vaya de sobre la bomba.
Don't
Sí.
move.
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked.
Sí, listo. Lo va, tengo que sacarlo de ahí. Nah, ya lo pierdo. Me lo llevo, me lo llevo. ¿Viste? Y desapareció. ¿Cómo sabe que está acá? No. Una cámara. Sí. En las dos batallas. Morí como 100 veces. De verdad. Me sentí obligado a aplicar el hack. Solo en esa parte sí. Ah, sí, que me equivoqué. Y en una que se cortó solito, que no sé por qué. No, no, no. Ven, ven, ven. No te dejan así nomás. Sí. ¿Y vos qué andáis viendo? Vos no estáis viendo nada. Ya te terminaste The Walking Dead.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
The Voice. Con el Amazon que me hiciste. Capítulo. ¿Eh? De la Vanessa. Oh, y ese servicio. Qué enfermo.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude. Latitude around 58.
More than 500 miles off the coast of the Bermudas, out in the middle of the Atlantic. So the prototype is ready for solo testing. It's basically combat worthy. That area is outside the Second Fleet's operational range, too. It must be a standalone Marine Corps project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment
No me acordaba
without
que
any
podía
naval assistance.
parar así.
Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down to the holds and locate the actual metal.
Oh, no se ve nada. Ahí está.
Shalashashka has landed. I'm on my way to the
Shalashashka.
tanker holders. Report your status.
Control room, communications and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild? You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
We are nomads, wanderers.
I said don't move.
Americans. You ship women too.
I'm a nomad too. What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss it. Not there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position. Now, turn around.
You know what you're doing.
Ah, se corta.
I've been with the unit since I was born. I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents. The unit is my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the... I have no one, nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me.
Ay, maldito control.
Whoever you are, you're not stopping us. Take this!
¿Cómo va? ¿Verdad? Nah. Tan fácil, loco.
Take this!
Estaba muy fácil, pero no se me enfocó. Están igual.
Take this!
No le di.
Take this!
Ya te vi, ya te vi. ¿Eso sí le di?
Take this!
No, no, no. Cúrate, cúrate.
Take this!
No, 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 no.
Take this!
Eh. Una más. No. Una. No, no. Chao.
Cipher? The ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one
¿Cómo era esto? Que dispara.
What are you doing? How could you shoot someone who's unconscious? What are you, some kind of a monster?
Bueno, dame la chapita. Acá. Ah, verdad, ¿dónde está la cámara? Tenía que enviarse la otra cosa. Enfermo, Snake. No, mucho. Ya, de ahí se le enviamos otra cosa. Más tarde. Lo puedo subir. Ahí está. No me acuerdo todavía arriba. Creo que una capa. No, gafas térmicas. Sí. Súbete. Ahora.
Freeze.
Acá. Oh, no tengo oraciones. No. La tengo yo.
Who's there?
Ración, pero no.
Freeze.
Are you going to shoot me?
Obvio. Dame, dame cosas.
If you're going to do it, then do it.
No, no. Te voy a matar por tonto.
Freeze.
No, me equivoqué. Acá había. Nada. Era aquí. ¿Qué me va a dar este? No. Acá no hay nada. Ah. Ya tengo. ¿El Jason? Oh, un perro. Oh, ahora como. Ah, ahí está. No, hay uno. Se me rompe el cuello. No, pero era el otro, sí. Era aquí. Ah. Ahí está
Raven.
el del 1. Este. Tiro vengo. Ah,
Freeze.
se va. Viene acá o se cae. No. está levantando.
Secure the breach in the area. General
Pero,
alert. Oh.
no, pues, no. Ah, ¿por dónde venía?
Freeze.
No, cógete, no, cógete, cógete. Van a ver el cuerpo. Uno. Más tonto.
No sign of the missing man. Nothing else to report.
Oh.
The situation is normal. All clear.
Rápido, 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 rápido.
Freeze.
No. It's the intruder. Stay on guard.
Send a replacement guard for the area.
Ok. No. Una.
Snake, there's another set of infrared sensors in place. If you touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized.
I'm not in the mood to go sleep with the fishes, but there are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you
Y hay que dispararle a eso, ya sé. La USB. El primero está aquí. Ah, ¿dónde está el otro? ¿Qué te puedes activar? No, no, no. ¿Dónde está el otro? No me acuerdo. No solo era uno porque es fácil. No, porque acá hay uno activo. Ahí está. Ahora sí.
Verrazano Bridge checkpoint passed. All non-essential personnel report to the holds in 10 minutes' time for the scheduled briefing session with the Commandant. You are ordered to continue manning your posts until that time.
Pobre equipo. Nada. Cerrado. Nunca hay uno. ¿Lo mato? No, no. Una sombra. No, no, yo tampoco. Raciones ya tengo. Acá está creo que con audífono. Sí, hay que estar cogiendo audífono.
Freeze.
Ahí está.
Don't kill me.
Nothing to report.
¿Qué más me da
Don't
ahí?
kill me.
Balas. Y eso no más quiero.
Nothing to report.
A ver, por acá. Ahí está. No se puede. Balas de 9. Me falta una. Sí. UCP tengo lleno. Aquí no hay nada.
Colonel, we have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control. Sir, the Marine commander has started his speech already. All communications to the hulls have been severed. No one is aware of our presence. Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Está durmiendo su hija. Allá en el barco.
Who goes there?
Toma. Ah. Qué incómodo el control. Ojo, se cayó. Ven, vos, acá. No, granada. No es posible, granada. No. Los voy a matar. Ven para acá. Corre. No quiero nada. Muertos.
Who goes there?
Ay, apareció.
Oh, Shalashaska. Why are you here? We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
The Colonel will be joining you soon, comrade.
Snake, are you in yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano Bridge.
All right, we'll use another recovery point.
They may be planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
If they get Metal Gear, we're going right off the fringe.
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses
The men down here are definitely Marines.
The current state of nuclear...
If the deck is sealed off, they have no way of knowing that the ship's been taken over.
I'm not interested in fighting these guys. The weapons won't do me much good here.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No. I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses here. I doubt the recent arrivals want to blast their way through the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed?
I don't know. Not the beach, that's for sure.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this camera to get photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking?
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
There's actually one little thing.
Just spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
Exactly. There's a workstation in the southeast corner of the block where Metal Gear is housed. I've made arrangements so that you can send the pictures from the machine.
Arrangements?
I hitched a ride on Link 16 into US military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained, and it will be the Marine Corps and our Ray that will
Ahora tumbarse.
At the moment,
Te lo voy a dormir por si acaso.
every industrialized nation on the globe knows the specifications for Metal Gear. Worse yet, so do a number of rogue states. They are all working on deploying their own Metal Gear force to compete with the US's nuclear strike capability. The world is about to see a swarm of these Metal Gear derivatives. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal
Se
Gear.
podría entrar por acá, pero creo que si me voy por donde estoy yendo ahora, va a saltar una cinemática y es más pro.
It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. Some say that the strategic importance of aircraft
Voy por
carriers
acá,
reduces the
no.
completion of raid. The opposition
Es más
from the
fácil.
Navy is an undeniable fact. There is a lot of pressure from Navy brass, especially those with submarine and air background.
Hey.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind. This weapon will
Ah.
all other Metal Gears obsolete.
Forget about it.
Nations building up their own Metal Gear force would think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray. The shift in the balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs. I have a daughter. It is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for future generations. As a soldier, I know that. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Next. You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration. The current state of nuclear proliferation is a direct result of that event. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise underwater, move in undetected and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard joint tactical information distribution system identifies targets with unerring accuracy, takes them out with massive power. It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to go. I want you all to think about what that means. The brain drain of nuclear substance in the black market trade of weapons grade plutonium has been fueling a cottage industry in nuclear weapons since late last century. Add Metal Gear to the mix, and the result is the renewed proliferation. You see the word.
Good.
Once lived in the shadow of the Doomsday Machine. This Metal Gear Ray can bring other Metal Gears under control and ensure that we never know that fear again. We, the Marines, will be the guardians of this peace. The Metal Gear Rex development on Shadow Moses was supposedly the first preparatory measure taken against the future possibility of reduced nuclear defense capability. NMD technology leaked to other nations would make that contingency likely. But if this theory is correct, it means that there was a calculated intent to cash in on this opportunity by specific interests within the military-industrial complex. We are here today to flush out and rid our country of these corrupting forces. That is our mission. You will bear that in mind.
Creo.
Good.
Metal Gear Ray is a prototype designed to be operated by an onboard pilot. In its final form, Ray will be unmanned, driven by tele-existence and an autonomous control system.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? Okay, first up. Isn't this that soldier on the deck, Olga? I can't believe you took a picture of her, all things considered. What's next? More of these? Is that all you think about? Hey, what you like is your business. Just get those Metal Gear pictures. What's next? What is this? Snake, this isn't a game we're playing here. What's next? This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. What's next? You already took a good one of the side lettering. The last one is... Didn't think Lukovich was involved, of all people. We're good on the image of the lettering. 3 left to go. 1 each from the front right.
The importance of next-generation technologies such as C4ISR and RMA in battle situation has been discussed time and again, but Ray is the first to deploy it so fully.
Good.
Ray's completion, the Marine Corps will lead the way for a new age of military tactics.
Okay.
I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a
De la frontal izquierda ahora tengo que...
soldier, I know that is my duty. I seem to be repeating myself. Chalk it up to old age. Let's stretch those neck muscles again. Right. Down. Up. Left. Up. Right. Getting back to the topic at hand. This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting that...
Ahora sí.
Okay.
Ahora salir.
We, the Marines, will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Excellent speech, my friend.
Who the?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. And of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska, also called Revolver Ocelot.
What do you want?
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do? Steal this thing?
Steal? No, I'm taking it back. Nobody move. Understood? This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Now you would understand. Land, friends, dignity, all sold to the highest bidder, the United States of America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back. Yes, returned to the Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo? How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Kurlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during the Cold War. Metal Gear only has room for one! Kurlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now. This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Cagante. Volvió a aparecer ese.
It's been a while, brother. Who are you? You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in time. I know what it's like, brother. No wonder Naomi passed you over for the Fox Die program. Ouch! Get out of my mind, Liquid! The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm!
Liquid's on.
Takes after all! You're going down, Snake, with this tanker!
Snake, do you remember the sinking of that tanker 2 years ago?
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20... You have 2 mission objectives. 1, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And 2, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
Ahí apareció Raiden.
This is Snake. I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
What about SEAL Team 10?
They landed on the roof of the Big Shell as planned. And by the way, Snake, we're changing your code name for all following communication.
What's wrong with Snake?
Just a precaution. You are now designated Raiden. All right, Raiden. You've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, we'll skip that part. Make sure nobody sees you. If you need to, contact me by codec. The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the codec button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise, press the codec button. The codec's receiver directly stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at the far end of that area. Use that.
Sounds good.
The texture isn't far removed.
Mucha cinemática. Ahora sí. Creo que por aquí estaba la M9. Creo. Acá está. ¿Cómo pasa? Creo que es por el otro lado. Oh, pues salí por el mismo lado. No se puede hacer. No se va a poder ahora, creo.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his...
Si no es Snake.
Colonel, there's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take...
¿Qué me va a decir ahora?
Raiden, you won't be able to use any...
Sí, yo sé. Acción. ¿Qué nombre me pongo? Do. Sí, es igual.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training sessions. The tool is exactly the same one. It maps the terrain as well as the position of enemy personnel. The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the paw.
Sí, ya sé.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Aquí. Yo creo que no me pilla.
I'm under attack. Stay alert.
Stay on the lookout.
viene para acá. Ah, no. No. Ahí está. No se voltea. Corre.
The terrorists call themselves Sons of Liberty.
Sons of Liberty?
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
The hero Shadow Moses? So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no
First, get to
La M9. ¿Quién es este, vale?
Ride and look at that wire fence.
Sí, ya sé. Vamos. Yo creo que hasta aquí voy a quedar. Me voy a vivir.